Be strong.
How electricity is generated.
Hey Leah, do you know how electricity is generated?
Yes, I do. There are several ways to generate electricity. Would you like me to explain some of them?
Sure, that would be great.
One common way is by burning fossil fuels, like coal, oil, or natural gas. This process generates heat, which is used to produce steam. The steam then turns a turbine, which generates electricity.
That's interesting. Are there any cleaner methods to generate electricity?
Yes, there are. Some examples include solar power, wind power, and hydroelectric power.
How does solar power work?
Solar power works by using solar panels to capture sunlight. The sunlight is then converted into electricity through a process called the photovoltaic effect.
And what about wind power?
Wind power uses large wind turbines to capture the wind's energy. As the wind blows, it spins the blades of the turbine, which then generates electricity.
That's cool. How does hydroelectric power work?
Hydroelectric power is generated by using the force of moving water. A dam is usually built to create a reservoir, and as the water flows through the dam, it turns a turbine, which generates electricity.
Those methods sound much cleaner than burning fossil fuels. Are there any other ways to generate electricity?
Yes, there are more methods, like nuclear power, geothermal power, and biomass energy.
Can you tell me a bit about nuclear power?
Nuclear power comes from the energy stored in the nucleus of atoms. Nuclear reactors use a process called nuclear fission, where atoms are split to release energy. This energy is used to heat water and produce steam, which turns a turbine and generates electricity.
I've heard of geothermal power, but I'm not sure how it works. Can you explain?
Sure. Geothermal power uses the Earth's natural heat. In geothermal power plants, hot water or steam from deep underground is used to turn a turbine and generate electricity.
That's interesting. Lastly, what is biomass energy?
Biomass energy comes from organic materials like plants and animals. These materials can be burned directly to produce heat and generate electricity, or they can be converted into biofuels that can be burned.
Thanks for explaining all these methods, Leah. It's fascinating to learn about the different ways we can generate electricity.
You're welcome, Alex. It's important to know about the various sources of electricity, especially as we look for cleaner and more sustainable options.
Are any of these methods more popular or widely used than the others?
Yes, some methods are more widely used depending on the available resources and the country's infrastructure. For example, fossil fuels are still the most common source of electricity worldwide, but renewable energy sources like solar and wind are becoming more popular.
How can we encourage the use of cleaner energy sources?
There are several ways to encourage the use of cleaner energy sources. Governments can offer incentives, like tax breaks or subsidies, to support renewable energy projects. Individuals can also take action by using energy-efficient appliances and supporting clean energy initiatives.
That's good to know. What are some of the challenges associated with transitioning to cleaner energy sources?
Some challenges include the initial cost of building renewable energy infrastructure, the intermittent nature of some renewable energy sources like solar and wind, and the need for energy storage solutions to help balance supply and demand.
Can you explain more about the intermittent nature of some renewable energy sources?
Sure. Solar and wind power depend on sunlight and wind, which are not always available. This means that the amount of electricity generated can vary depending on the time of day and weather conditions. This makes it necessary to have backup energy sources or energy storage solutions to ensure a consistent supply of electricity.
What are some energy storage solutions that can help with this issue?
Some common energy storage solutions include batteries, pumped hydro storage, and compressed air energy storage. These technologies can store excess electricity when it's available and release it when needed to help maintain a consistent supply.
That's interesting. I've learned so much about electricity generation today. Thanks for sharing all this information with me, Leah.
You're welcome, Alex. I'm glad I could help you learn something new. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask.